Patriots, how you guys doing? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, Joel Davis Media Network. I'm your host, Joel Davis. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. Uh, Also, if you want to catch me now and get more stories exclusively, you can do it on my Discord. Look up Joel Davis Media Network on my Discord. I'm going to try to set up everything with my links. I'm also about to do a Telegram as well and start that so you guys can officially have a channel to get news on both platforms. Now, with that being said, let's jump into this breaking news. It seems like P. Diddy uh, is officially about to be R. Kelly'd because right now the feds has uh, started raiding his mansion simultaneously in Miami and in LA. Now, if you don't know who Diddy is, I'm about to break it down to you and tell you. P. Diddy is a hip hop mogul who started a label called Bad Boy Records that has had one of the biggest rappers of all time, rest in peace, Chris Wallace, aka Notorious B.I.G. Not to mention Craig Mack, uh, Mary J. Blige, um, Mace at one point, and I want to say Cameron to name a few. But uh, sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on today. I'm trying to get my my tablet to operate. It doesn't want to operate. I don't know what's going on with it. All right. But we about to go on TMZ and see what they're saying. I'm gonna try to get y'all as much clarity as possible on what's going on with the breaking news. Give me 1 second here. All right, so this is not what I'm gonna. I'm about to go to my other one. I'm gonna go to. All right. Now, currently, right now, they do not know where P Diddy is. I'm just trying to bring up the story so I can tell y'all what's going on. So here we go. So at 2:52 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, over in California, Diddy's Los Angeles area home was appeared to be winding down, and there was a new photo obtained by several news outlets, especially TMZ, that shows just how bustling it was with the law enforcement activity with the feds. All right. Now, at 1:42 p.m. Pacific time, there was extra footage of cops on the scene near Diddy's LA area home. It was like officers had shut down the entire area with helicopters swarming up above. There are at least two choppers in the area and a lot of police on the ground. Now, at 1:38 p.m., and I'm sorry I'm doing it on a not going, from the latest to the earliest, a rep for Homeland Security Investigations, early today, Homeland Security Investigation New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with the assistance from Homeland Security Investigations Los Angeles and Miami and our local law enforcement partners. We will provide further information as it becomes available. Now, they also said that this comes from a case that is being handled out of the Southern District of New York. There are reports appears to be tied to uh, S trafficking allegations, which have been levied against Diddy in recent months from different plaintiffs. Now, the two that was seen arrested in the actual photo of the LA home is Diddy's sons, uh, King and Justin. Now, I want to say that Justin is not his biological son. I want to say Justin his is the son that he adopted from Kim Porter that she had with Al B. Shore. I don't know for sure. I may be wrong, but if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. Now, they also been additional footage that shows federal agents rolling up the Diddy's via water. Now, that shows armed agents standing on a boat, and they too appear to be armed. Now, that's at the Miami house. Now, Diddy is in the crosshairs of law enforcement on both coasts as federal agents have descended on Beverly Hills home. Now, while they raided his properties, they said Diddy's main plane right now is in Antigua, Bahamas, but it's grounded. But they don't know where Diddy is. They said he flew up the coast all weekend, and then after that, they ain't got no movement of him. So this is my thing, guys. Um, you know, Diddy, Diddy's about to get R. Kelly, and I'm gonna tell you why. You know, you can't go on for years having people in it in this day and age saying how messy you've been and think that you're not going to get I'm off scot free. See, Diddy problem was he didn't chill it while he had a chance. You know what they say? Stop while the good is good. Diddy should have stopped all this crazy activity when he first found out all the stuff that was going on with the Me Too movement. Diddy should have stopped right then. Diddy should have chilled. He should not had all these wild parties, doing all this wild stuff. But you know, when you $1 billion strong like Diddy, you think that you can't get touched. Well, look at Russell Simmons. He thought the same thing too. And Russell Simmons is out of here. He's in Bali. He's in Bali, India. They cannot extradite him right now because he's in Bali, India. There's no extradition treaties in Bali, India with the US of A. And maybe that's what Diddy's about to do. He's a billionaire. He could go to another country right quick, secure, citizenship real fast, and before you know it, here he is operating his whole business out of another country. He's got enough assets and money to do that. But right now they got his sons arrested. And that's the thing that is different between him and Russell Simmons. Because Russell Simmons' children didn't even get arrested or anything when they was trying to get him. So they didn't have no leverage. This time they got his sons. And they know Diddy loved his family. So Diddy ain't gonna just let his family be out to dry. Now again, this has become crazy. They're not playing with this human trafficking stuff. They're really not. They going in on everybody. And then here's another thing I also was thinking about when it came to Diddy. Diddy recently, a couple of years back, you can research it with Ciroc, the company that he had, not with Ciroc, but I think it was another company he was in the bed with that is supposed to do a liquor deal. He started reneging and acting a fool on that deal. I gotta pull that up when I get a chance. If you know, in the comment section, put it in there. And what happened was that when Diddy said, "I'm not doing that deal no more," and pulled out, I knew right then, okay, they about to come after you, player, because there's some business deals in the Hollywood sector you just can't walk away from or rip out because there is consequences. Not to mention too, after that, he also was told to step down from his uh network that he had. Oh my God, what was that network called? Diddy put all that money into. He was the CEO. I gotta find that out too, because this is so crazy. But either way it goes, he got told he had to get out of that too. So right now, this is about to be a surviving Diddy. It's about to come through, guys. I see it coming. There's about to be a surviving Diddy coming on. Now, Diddy did pay his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura because she said that she was a part of human trafficking, allegedly being involved with him, but he paid her off. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I feel about that. When you start paying people off and they saying the same thing about you every time, if you're innocent, there's a line where you say, "All right, I'm tired of this. I'm fighting this to the full extent of the law." But every time Diddy get an allegation, he just pays it off. So it lets me know, it makes me feel like, hey man, you must be doing something. Because nobody is just going to continue to keep paying off people for allegations that's not true. Most people fight for their truth. Hey man, I didn't do that. I'm not paying a one brown cent. They may pay for the first time, but if it's the second, third, or fourth, and they know they didn't do it, all right, I'm out. This is it. I can't do this no more. So that lets me know right there that's very suspect. Now, they also said that Diddy also has had violent behavior. He always have crazy demands. They also talking about how he had Cassie doing messing with all types of dancers or escorts that are males, so he can enjoy it. All kinds of intimacy with that. So they also talked. She also talked about he was very violent with her too, and I think that's why Diddy might have didn't act the fool when she started dating the trainer. When she got with her personal trainer, and they started doing their own thing. Diddy didn't stop that. He didn't try to mess that man's career up because I think Diddy knew she had something on him. I'm telling y'all, man. It to me this is straight crazy. 2024 starting to be exposure.com because every time I turn around, something getting exposed, man. Some kind of celebrity getting exposed. It's crazy. And now this was crazy. As soon as Cassie came out with this claim, and that's what I was talking about payments, he paid her like literally in 24 hours. Like, yo, here's a check. You need to shut your mouth, let this go. I'm out. And now I think his sons might be involved in this mess. Because why they got their sons in handcuffs like that? Unless they got them in handcuffs to make sure that they don't go into the house while they do a thorough investigation and trying to get evidence and search warrant a part of those mansions. And those mansions are huge, bro. I mean, you gotta remember, Diddy is a billionaire, so these are not no 3,000 square foot, 4,000 square foot. I think the mansions is at least 15,000 square foot to 25,000 square foot, maybe even more. I mean, you listen with square footage like that, take some time, bro. You can't just go in there like that. But as of now, that's all we know. I mean, all we know is that they said that they will release more information about what's going on. I just know I don't know if his son's actually in custody, but I do know they had them arrested. So I will keep you guys posted on this story. Again, uh, I don't know, man. At this point, uh, I got a feeling that Diddy has been doing a lot of stuff for the longest time and it's coming to light. And if it comes to be true, hey man, he just gonna have to own up like everybody else does. So enough about that. Let's talk about Donald J. Trump situation right quick. Give me 1 second. Make sure I got my stuff. Hold on for a second. Hey, save me some. I ain't had none yet. So save me some meat. Cause I already know what you about to do. And I ain't talking about no 3 or 4 pieces either. I'm back. My daughter made hibachi. So I try to tell my son so I can have hibachi and rice and stuff. All right, so let me get more involved on what's going on here with Donald J. Trump today. A lot of stuff came out. Shout out to the judge and the appeals court of New York. They actually did what they supposed to do today and made sure that Donald J. Trump was able to secure a reasonable bond. Not no, well, we're gonna just, a reasonable bond. So I want to give a shout out to them today, and we're gonna get more into it right quick about this bond, how it's going to affect things early on out. Give me 1 second. If my stuff will come up. So, woo, let's talk about the uh, the unexpected decrease of bond. Let's jump into this, y'all. I'm about to make y'all really laugh about this. So, for the past 3 weeks now, Letitia James, aka Super Black Girl Magic, and I call her Super Black Girl Magic because these are the type of black women that have no sense of common sense, no common sense at all. They're arrogant and wrapped up in themselves, and they think that nothing they do is ever wrong. Okay, and they feel like that they have a sack of gonads on them at all times instead of putting the and with the PP, and they don't know how to put the PP up and be a woman. But I digress. Let me continue on. So anyway, she has been bragging about how she's gonna seize Trump's properties, how she's gonna make him pay for all the things he's done. Well, it seems like it did not go her way because this morning the appeal court judge slashed Trump's $454 million bond payment to $175 million and giving Trump 10 days to just secure the $175 million bond so that way they can forever stop Letitia James and stupid judge who thinks he's some kind of sex symbol when he looks like an alien to keep from taking his assets. Let's continue. So while this is going down, a guest on MSNBC today was so mad by the judge's ruling in decreasing President Trump's bond payment in the New York civil fraud case and claimed that Trump had his own private system of justice. Let's pause right there. I want you to keep that in your mind. They said he has his own private system of justice, but let's continue. A guest on MSNBC Monday became uh, infuriated by the judge's ruling in decreasing former President Trump's bond payment in New York City fraud case and claimed that again Trump had his own private system of justice. Now, Tristan Snell, the former New York Assistant General, who was asked about during MSNBC's Jose Diaz Ballarat reports about what the process might have looked like in a courtroom. Do we even need to ask? Honestly, this is so infuriating. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know if I care what the process is that these judges are arriving at. Whatever it is, it's flawed. I can tell you that much, Snell said. This is a different process for this person. We have checked and we have decided that he gets his own private court of justice. He has a private plane, he continued. He has a private club that he lives in. He basically has fashioned himself his own private militia to try to take over the Capitol. Here we go again. Y'all know what that is. That's that Trump derangement syndrome. But let me continue with the quote. Now he's getting his own private system of justice. This is an absolute travesty. It would not happen for anybody else. Anybody else, it would like, sorry, buddy, you lost, pay up. For him, he gets his own set of rules. Ah, my man said, I love it. Why not Bill and Hot Dog Clinton? Now, West Coast had something that he said. Why were they so quick to raid Diddy's place? I didn't see that part. Instead of Epstein. Well, you got to remember, Epstein played up to the rules until it got real hot. You know what I'm saying? Because some people was about to find out what he had going on. So all these big celebrities that he had involved in this mess, they were trying to wait until when they raided Epstein that it gave him enough time to maybe get rid of a lot of the evidence, which didn't do a good job of. But I digress. With Diddy's situation, Diddy just didn't play by the rules of Hollywood, and I'm gonna just keep it at that because you know Hollywood, they got their standards. You got to play those rules, and Diddy has not been playing fair lately. And when you're not playing the right way in their eyes, this is what happens. So Diddy know what it is. That's why Diddy's out of Dodge. But let's get back to what this liberal having a meltdown said. Now they also asked him about how the judge arrived at the decision legally and argued bluntly that it was a gross miscarriage of justice. Talking about the appellate court has now just decided they're going to swoop in and just change it, and that's it. And now the Attorney General's office can now try to go, and now the Attorney General's office can now try to go up above them. He said, "I don't know if there's a remedy for the AG's office to go up to the court appeals, which is our high court here in New York, and try to get them to basically countermand this order. But in my view, this is without knowing more unless there's some sort of other extenuating circumstances that we're going to learn here that appears to be an absolute gross miscarriage of justice." So I'm gonna put it like this, man, and I'm not gonna read no more further. So let's talk about how did we arrive from $454 million, the original judgment, to now he only has to pay a bond of $175 to secure his assets from being seized. Well, Trump is a billionaire. We already know that. Trump is worth between 2.5 to about $2.8 billion. All right. The bond that they wanted him to secure, they wanted him to be able to have it in cash. They didn't want it in assets, any of that stuff. They wanted him to secure this bond in cash. Now, this is what's hilarious. Trump made it known and was very clear that, listen, the only cash I got near that amount. Yeah, exactly, Matthew. I say the same thing. That's why they wasting their time. When they try to get him to pay this judgment uh, or whatever have you, they were like, yeah, you got to pay $450 million. Now, the reason why they want him to pay $450 million, and I'm really starting to really think, now this is just a theory, okay? So you two don't think that I'm trying to put anything uh, uh, false out there. This is just my thought, my opinion. My opinion. In my opinion, I really think that they thought that if they get a $450 million judgment, he would be able to take it out of his campaign money and slow him down for running for president of the United States with his campaign. Now, here's the hilarious part of that. Trump would have been insane to do that because right now you're trying to appeal this. So your appeals ain't exhausted yet. So if he would have went and invested all this money into that and his appeals would have got exhausted, he would have never got that back. And that would have been a major setback for his campaign. So you got to remember, Trump's a businessman. So Trump's not going to do that. So Trump did whatever they wanted him to do. He went and talked to banks that he's been dealing with probably over the years. Hey, man, can I get this loan secured as a bond so I can hold my case over and proceed on for them seizing my property? And I need it in cash. I can't do no assets. That the people that he's dealing with he does business with probably told him, said, listen, you can't do that, Trump. You ain't got it. We don't, there's nobody in their right mind, no bank is going to give you straight cash for that amount of money. Not no $450 million. Now, $454 million. Now, they may give you a bond for maybe up to 200 or 250 or whatever the limit is, but you're not going to get no bond for no 400. They're not giving you that much cash. That's just crazy. And Trump told that to Letitia James and the judge. And they basically ignored it and said, you need to figure it out or we're going to seize your property. So thank God that the appellate court in New York got common sense and said, okay, if you can't secure that, what can you secure? And he probably told them or talked with them and said, well, this is the max that any bank is going to give me for liquidated of liquid cash, like straight cash. And they probably said, okay, we'll work with that amount. You got 10 days to give it to us. I mean, we'll stop the whole process from Letitia James and them trying to seize your buildings and stuff like that, talking about that's part of the payment. I'm glad it happened that way. I really am. Because now it lets Letitia James know and the judge know that you can't be crooked all your life. Because this right here was a witch hunt against Trump. They trying to say that this man was doing bad business in New York, and at the end of the day, it's hurt New York business right now because that's why businesses now are looking to go to other states. Because who wants to go to a state where if you don't align with political ideology like the rest of the liberals that run that big city, they try to take everything from you. Like, no, bro, we can't do that. That's not gonna happen. So I have to say that I support this. I really do. I support this move. This is the best move we could have done. This is the only way we're gonna be able to get things back in line. So shout out to uh Trump's lawyers his lawyer team is badass. They know what they're doing and they know how to handle it. Now, all these other liberals is having a meltdown. They're having a meltdown because Trump is defying the odds. And when you defy the odds, people can't handle it. They thought that he was going to cry a river and be depressed and basically go away, but he's not. And that's what's driving them crazy. The more they throw at him, the more he triumphs. So yeah, I'm rocking with Trump, baby. Trump 2024 all day, every day. I don't care who don't like it. All right, let's get back to any other news that's going on here. I'm gonna try to see if I can find a chord. Yeah, I'm trying to fit all this in tonight, guys, because I know that I'm gonna have a busy week. My birthday is gonna be Easter Sunday. I will be putting my donations, my thing, talk about my birthday coming up. Support the cause and all that on my community page. So anybody want to donate to the Cash App, you can. It really will help out. All right, let's see here. Let's keep it rolling. All right, so we're gonna also talk about what's going on in the world of politics about the Republican control of the House. Oh, CeeLo, you know he was gonna do that. CeeLo, think about it. He doing the same thing that Russell did. Doing that. In fact, I think Russell Simmons, and I want to say Russell Simmons and Usher, and I want to say Diddy was with them when they went over there to see Russell recently. Did a surprise visit with Russell. Yeah, I think that's what he was probably talking about. I think he already got, because think about it. He's a billionaire. He knew this was going on. I'm telling you right now, he knew this was going on, CeeLo. So yeah, I'm quite sure that was going on. I would not be surprised if he's in Bali, India, or wherever he's at. They're not going to extradite him. He good. He is not. He's a billionaire. They should have known that you can't keep this kind of thing under wraps with no billionaire. Do you know how many people that are fans of a billionaire that's going to give him inside information? One of their dudes probably gave him inside information. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's the feds. I mean, somebody gave him inside information in New York in that area. Somebody that knows somebody probably contact Diddy, yo, or saw him in person. Yo, Diddy, here, man, it's important. This is what I want you to know. They coming. So yeah, he knew what he doing, man. I don't think they're not gonna catch him. He gonna keep from being R. Kelly. So anyway, everybody is talking about what's going on in Congress. Exactly, CeeLo. But anyway, right now the Congress, the House of Representatives, is starting to look like it may happen. And let me tell you why. Because right now there's a lot of people in the House that are in Congress that are either walking away or actually leaving, and that are rhinos, especially. And let me tell you why I think this is going on. I think it's going on because it's planned, because a lot of these rhinos that are walking away know that there's other candidates that are just as opposite of them, but they live in areas where it's done became very bluish. You know what I'm saying? Districts is very strongly blue. And if that's the case, then yeah, we may get the Senate as Republicans, and we may even triumphant, hopefully, and have Trump as president. But if we get a Democratic House, we are done. Nothing is never ever going to get passed for us. And if we get a Democratic Senate, we're definitely not going to get anything passed. So this is why it's important as conservatives that we got to push the MAGA movement so we infiltrate both areas so we can get bills passed that's going to better the future of America. Because right now, it's not looking that way. In fact, this is what it's looking like. Because right now, House Representatives face chaos in their conference. Members who plan to retire next January are now ditching Capitol Hill early. Now, I want y'all to hear this. People that's supposed to be retiring are leaving early. The House is in acrimonious place with yet another move afoot to dethrone the Speaker. Fox is told that other Republicans are angling to get out as soon as they can. A big payday in the private sector could lure some members to cash in on their voting cards early. So this is what's going on. This is the 118th of Congress. And let me tell you who's also has retired since they thought they had a 50-seat majority ahead of. You got McCarthy, he was done by October. And then after that, we elected Mike Johnson, who we thought was going to be a good, strong candidate of putting America first. But we found out that because his behind ain't never got access to any kind of office of money before, he done been probably, how can I put this, compromised. And then you got the uh, the bill that recently got passed that's been so full of pork that it's enough to give someone heart disease and then for life, and not to mention too. Not only did he get Marjorie Green Taylor that won him out, Greg Murphy of North Carolina, they won him out, and she's already done put up something, design a bill or whatever to get him out of there. Now, like Green said, and this was her quote, she said, "I do not wish to inflict pain on our conference and throw the House into chaos," said Green. "But I am saying the clock has started. It's time for our conference to choose a new speaker." And I agree with on that, because if you got a speaker that cannot put you first, then you got to look at other alternatives. So a lot of people are saying that she might not be able to get him out because the way the Republicans are leaving early, that there's a good chance that there won't even be a majority no more. Because then you had Ken Buck, another rhino that resigned, and then you had, because he didn't want to impeach Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. But you got to remember, Colorado is now a liberal state, so they'll probably have a Democrat in its place. And then
Gallagher, Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin, he also he's leaving on the 19th. They're gonna have a special election in Wisconsin, and y'all already know Wisconsin is what? A blue state. There's 431 members in the House right now. 218 are Republicans, 213 are Democrats. There's a margin of 5 seats, but the GOP can only lose 2 votes on any given issue without resistance from the other side. Now, after Gallagher leaves, the breakdown slips to 430 members with 217 Republicans and 213 Democrats. That's a 4 seat margin. But the GOP can only lose 1 vote then. By rule, the votes lose in the House. And things grows even darker for the Republicans because there's a special election in Western New York in the April to replace former Representative Brian Higgins, who is a Democrat, who also retired early, and they gonna hold their seat because you know how it is in New York. That's a blue state. That scored a net pickup for the Democrats, and that means the House will have 431 members and 216 Republicans and 214 Dems. And then Republicans may get a little breathing room after May 21st special election runoff in California to succeed McCarthy. Now, that is a heavily red area in California. So we'll probably get that. Now, here's the thing. The reason why they all leaving, these rhinos, because they already know the writing's on the wall. Trump's coming in. And they feel like if Trump comes in again, they're going to be held to a standard. And he's not going to allow them to skim off the top. Exactly. And not to mention, CeeLo, if these Republicans know if they stay on and wait for Trump, he's not going to tolerate that rhino behavior. You either America first or you get the hell out the way. And so that's why they're leaving. And this is what you're seeing. The ones you're seeing leaving are the rhinos. You're not seeing the ones that's putting America first. Because the rhinos know that Biden's not gonna win. It's just not. It's dude is just he's too far gone. The nation is fed up with his antics. And they can't put Kamala as a selling point no more because she doesn't do anything. Oh, they'll certify CeeLo, don't you worry. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, they don't want the Dems talking smack now, but they also know that America is speaking and it's getting louder and louder in their ear. And sooner or later, you're gonna have to listen to America. Oh, you good, Anthony? Don't worry, man. You can also catch my stuff now being looked at or linked on at the Discord channel. I just started a Discord channel. I'm trying to get this channel growing. But yeah, man, I mean, again, he ain't worrying about it. What's up, Sergeant Mo? What's going on? Thank you very much, Sergeant Mo. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. Like I said, I'm on Discord. So, I mean, that's just what it is, man. Like, the only way we can counterbalance the rhinos leaving, we just gonna have to put boots on the ground and do more of an influence on a lot of these swing districts in these blue states that could actually go red. And the only way we're gonna do that, we're gonna have to show them and be passionate that hey, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. You know what you're supposed to vote. You know what your values are. Don't fall for the Democratic BS. Yeah, you're right. Norm, and the reason why Norm is waking up, CeeLo, because normies are starting to find out it's not working. This whole listening to CNN all day and all that is not working. All right, guys, I'm about to read some more stuff here because y'all know I'm G. So we're gonna go right quick to a manosphere moment, aka y'all know I promote positive men energy, alpha male energy. I say positive alpha male energy because a lot of alpha males sound so bitter. I don't want to sound like that. I want to promote the positive energy. So y'all know a couple of months back, you had a lady that we talked about around this time that she felt very, very destroyed. What up, man? About listening to the feminism movement about your career is always important. You're making kids and having a husband and kids can always wait. Well, now she's gotten to her late 30s, and we talked about that lady that time, and she was crying because she done seen all her friends get married, children being teenagers, some of the children's already adults, and here she was stuck with no kids, no husband, and a bunch of cats and a dog. Just like Kevin Hart said, Kevin Samuel, rest in peace, always says, if you don't want to be feminine, buy a dog, die alone. And that's just what it is. Oh, don't worry, you will. Do what you gotta do, CeeLo. So there's a woman on TikTok that has went viral because she calls herself a traditional wife. And she done sparked debate about the gender roles, feminism, and equality. Now, her name is Esty Williams, 26, perfect age. She is still in her prime as a woman. She ain't hit the wall yet. Began posting videos in March of 2022 to her account, which has amassed millions of views and nearly 170,000 followers on TikTok. She also publishes many clips on the YouTube discussing the benefits of being a trad wife. Trad wives, a newly coined term for traditional wives, is a subculture of housewives who believe in clear gender roles, the importance of homemaking, and patriarchal marriage. According to many women who self-identify as trad wives, trad wives are women who honor femininity, care for their husbands, children, and family, and value the state of their home more than they do a salary, yet are not subservient, uh, according to the Darling Institute on the British website. In one video that has amassed 1.2 million views, Williams offered tips on how to become a traditional wife, telling her followers to implement ultra traditional gender roles. Because God designed two genders. Yeah, I don't get triggered on this video for saying it, but it is what it is. For different purposes, he said in the clip. This is the only box I believe you have to fit in to, which becomes a traditional wife. I serve my husband, she said in another. All right, I don't know what that was about. I'm back. But anyway, she said marrying the wrong man could lead to an abuse of this blessing. Williams urged women to date seriously and only consider people who they would like to marry. Otherwise, they are wasting their time and embracing a woke mentality. Preach it, sweetie. In another video called Why is Trad Wife Content Blowing Up Suddenly, Williams said the trend is gaining popularity because modern culture is slowly trying to blur the distinction between men and women. She added that having two financial providers in the home is becoming more common, and a whole generation of women are getting burnt out in their careers. She also said that the processed food is leading women to look for made from scratch recipes and basic homemaking skills being taught to young girls have skipped a generation. Therefore, women are hungry to learn these skills. Her videos is being met with both praise and condemnation from people on social media. I would love to have to go to work and just be able to focus on my home, not have to go to work and be able to focus on my home and take care of my family. Sadly, modern economy doesn't let us one use a role. Another account said they fully support people choosing the traditional lifestyle if they wanted to, as long as they were not allowing their partner to take advantage of them. It seems that both she and her husband are happy with their type of relationship, so good for them. And that was Governor Ron DeSantis' aide Christina Pushaw wrote in response to one of Williams' videos. I guess I just don't consider it traditional in any way to be an influencer and post videos discussing your relationship online for the world to see. Not saying it's bad, just not traditional, she added. Now, some suggest that the woman was promoting a fetish and was creating a fantasy to turn a profit and push her contents. Others said household work should be shared between a couple. My husband and I equally share the roles of providing and taking care of the home. We make decisions together. We share responsibilities. I would never rely, one user said in response to one of Williams' video. I got inspired mainly by the way I grew up and wanted the opposite of what I grew up with, Williams told Fox News Digital in 2023. She described her childhood and upbringing as hectic due to frequent family moves. And there's a lot of trad wives out there. All right, so let me break this down. All right, what they're talking about trad wives, because I know a lot of people gonna be like, a lot of these modern women gonna be like, oh, I ain't relying on no man, baby. I'm gonna be independent. Okay, let's break this down. If you want a trad wife lifestyle, you have to find a like-minded individual of a man that is willing and is comfortable stepping up to the role to being a leader. Now, here's my thing about a lot of women like to say, well, it takes two incomes in this economy. True, it does. And if you can still work a full-time or part-time job, however y'all incomes are lining up, and still be a traditional wife. And yes, we as men, we can still help our traditional wives in the home. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, hell, I grew up with my great granddaddy. He even helped out my great grandma. You know, it's not all, you know, a lot of people think being a trad wife is you're just this woman that you're just in a relationship and your husband just boss you around all day. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. No, I don't hear nothing. You got to say, I'm doing this. No, it's that's not trad wife. That's not how that lifestyle works. What it is that the wife role is to make sure that you have support. Like, I give you an example. I'm living a trad wife lifestyle right now. Might as well say it with my wife because she's disabled. She can't do anything, and she's but to an extent. But she know how to keep the house clean. She know how to cook. She knows how to take care of my laundry. She know how to do everything a traditional wife supposed to do. And I'm cool with that. And I also help her in those traditional ways. And there's nothing wrong with that. She also respects my opinion. And I respect hers. Okay? See, this is the way the modern women get this traditional wives lifestyle fucked up. They think that when they go traditional, that they get with a man that nobody's never gonna hear their opinion. Nobody never said you're not gonna listen to your opinion as a woman. It's just that make sure that when you bring up your opinion, make sure that it's a valid, common sense opinion. Because some of you modern women bring up stuff that's supposed to be your opinion and it sounds crazy. You know what I mean? Like, bills is due and you got to keep the lights and stuff on, but you want to bring up an idea that you want to spend almost the family salary on a Birkin bag or on a Louis Vuitton bag or some other crazy fancy sneakers or designer stuff. That makes no sense. And there's a lot of women like that. Nah, you're not being traditional. Now you're just being an idiot. Talk to me about our bills. How you think we should go along doing this and doing that to keep us within reason? Because that's how it used to be back in the day. Women used to take care of all of the house chores, and when it came to when you come home and you make the money, they knew what bills are supposed to be dished out, and they handled that. They went to the bank, they did all that for you while you was at work. They tell you what a certain amount of money they need for the rest of the week, get groceries, whatever. They handle that. You know, that other money, you wind up saving it anyway. Cause you know there may be a rainy day for the family might need something. But we don't have that no more. Now we got a crazy traditional way of a relationship. We got relationships where, you know, we got open the relationship is open. You know, they want to mess with whoever, whenever. We have women that are like take advantage of good guys. They get home and they give them the money to pay bills. They don't pay the bills. They buying everything but paying a bill. We have women that never satisfied, that keeps demanding, and they don't even do any of the traditional stuff. They just sitting at home, just sitting at home doing absolutely nothing. So we have a lot of modern women with small amount of thinking. Or my favorite modern women that go out here and do all this OnlyFans content and have this feminist superiority complex. I hate them. Look, if you want to do your OnlyFans, that's your business, and your husband and be a housewife and be semi-traditional, that's on you. That's y'all, you and your husband business. That's how y'all do y'all thing. That's fine. I just hate when y'all go about it and live that lifestyle of OnlyFans and be super feminist, and all of a sudden you don't want to respect your husband. You think, well, I'm the shit. I make $1 million or whatever doing all this chatting and modeling and stuff, and you gonna have to respect me or listen to what I say, or it's the highway, and that's not good. That's not good. You're not gonna keep no man, because the man gonna be like, man, I'd rather put up with a chick that's not even working, sitting at the house, and not paying all the bills and don't have no headaches. So you got to look at the balance here, man. It's a respect thing. So I'm glad traditional wives are coming back, because people tired of living this life, man. People tired of living in chaos. And there's a lot of old school stuff going to start coming back. Hard work is going to be amplified, I think, 3,000 times harder than it's ever been, because we got a generation of people now that are starting to learn that this is not working. Whatever they were taught by school, all this woke material and stuff, is not working. Okay? Because these woke people teach you that you ain't gotta be traditional. You can be a woman and you can sleep with as many men as a man sleep with women. Or they tell guys that you got to be submissive to women, or you're considered to be a chauvinist pig. All that is changing, because people realize that all this reversal and all this opposite stuff is not working. There is more chaos than anything, more stress than anything. So people are saying, okay, I did that. You said it was going to work, liberal, but it's not working. So what do I do now? So shout out to Trad Wives. I'm gonna try to find their TikTok links, their TikTok names, so y'all can be able to follow these women, and you can tell that these women they're very gorgeous women. They're very yeah, they're really embracing their role as traditional feminist women, and that's a blessing. You don't find young women under the age of 30, and these women are all under the age of 35, really embracing their role as being a feminine woman, and they're not crying about it. They're not complaining about it. They're actually giving girls tips. And speaking of tips, there was another chick. I gotta find her on Instagram that took this whole femininity thing and tried to spin it as a hustle. And let me tell you what she was trying to tell. She was telling girls about young girls how to be feminine, but turn your femininity into a money grab. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure it's no broke guy, but be feminine. Why you want to be feminine with the broke man, with the rich guy? Okay, you talking about high value. Let's talk about this high value stuff. You yourself gotta be in a high value situation. When I say situation, if you ain't a high nine, a high eight or better, you're probably not gonna get no high value guy like that. Now, if you're an adjustable six, you'll probably get either the plant supervisor or the plant manager. You might get the general manager of Applebee's or something. Somebody making 60,000, 75,000, 80,000 a year. So y'all need to quit this madness with lying to these women. And the woman that did this, she ain't even got a man. Wonder why? Because your stuff ain't working. Because if it was working, you would have a man. And I hate when women that say, oh, well, I choose not to be dating. No, it's not because you choose not to be dating. It's because you can't date. And I hate that. Like, dude, stop. Stop the lies. Stop the lies, man. Like, come on, man. You ain't got a lie to kick it to me. Tell you like my mom used to tell me all the time, baby, you ain't got a lot to kick it to me. You lying to them, not to me. Oh yeah, man, it's crazy. All right, well, this is the last story tonight. We're gonna talk about the a whole $20 minimum wage for food prices. So y'all remember California was one of the first states to start this whole minimum wage of $20 for uh, workers to start working at fast food, which I understand because their price of living over there is freaking ridiculous. Not even $20 an hour is not going to help. But at the same time, they are starting to see a trend in California that they were not prepared for. California food chains are laying off workers ahead of the new minimum wage law. And this law is going into effect at the Monday of next week. And already they laying people off. You got several eateries and pizza chains. And they trying to get ahead of the financial repercussions. Pizza Hut's laying people off over there. This dude said he been working at Pizza Hut for almost over 10 plus years. And they just told him out of nowhere, yo, bro, we got to cut you. Because now I got to pay you way more than $20 an hour. Because the minimum wage is about to be $20. So, yeah, you're right, CeeLo. They may do that. Or CeeLo, this is what they're going to do at first. They're going to have a couple of workers before they implement the robot. But I think a lot of these fast food guys are going to stop doing delivery as their model in California. And they're gonna just straight up have your what they call those drivers? DoorDash, the other one, Postmates, and maybe Shipped might do it. Drivers do that. They're going and Grubhub. They're gonna have all of them doing that. They're not going to pay no more drivers that because to pay their drivers, they would have to pay their drivers $25, $26 an hour. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. That's why they're gonna do it that way. Because at Grubhub, you getting paid by the customer. You're a contractor. So whatever tip the customer gives you on top of whatever mileage and stuff you put on to deliver that pizza, that'll be on you. I'm telling you, that's what's about to happen. That's why they cutting them down. That's why they laying people off. It's getting to be crazy. Then you got Southern California Pizza Company. I laid off 841 drivers across the state of California. I'm telling you that's what they about to do. They is about they said they're gonna do delivery against via the mobile app of Pizza Hut in California. But I'm telling you what they about to do. At what I told you. The franchise is transferring their delivery services to a third party. While it is unfortunate we look at this as a transfer of jobs, the statement said, as you know, many California restaurant operators are following the same approach due to rising operating costs. We anticipate third-party delivery providers in turn will see a boost in their business, which will require additional staff on their end. Because see with DoorDash, DoorDash ain't got to pay nobody because that you're being a contractor. Now here's the thing about that though. Now you leaving your brand in the hands of a contractor like DoorDash. Y'all, hold on for 1 second. Hold on for 1 second, guys. But anyway, get back what I'm saying. I mean, you just can't do that. Like literally, you letting a contractor be involved or in charge of the success of your company with deliveries. So now, if the delivery gets screwed up, you may not even be even they may not even grant it as much as getting your delivery right off it get delivered cold because it was the DoorDash driver that did it. And then here's another thing they're not looking at too. A lot of DoorDash drivers have in the past taken people's order and lied that they didn't have it or they couldn't get to them or whatever. So that's another thing they gotta look at. So I don't know, man. I understand where they're coming from with the cost of operating in California, but I think at the end of the day, what's going to happen is they're leaving California. I think a lot of these businesses are going to leave out of the state of California. State of California is about to be very barren, guys. They got too much going on. They got these liberals out here, these progressives want to raise minimum wage. Got one talking about trying to raise it to $50 an hour. And I'm telling you now, that California is not going to have much of a business left because these businesses about to start rolling out. They're going to roll out because who's going to stay in a place where I got to operate a business and pay damn near 3 times as much as any other place I be in the continental United States of America when I can go over here to Texas or I can go to Florida and I can operate and save lots of money. I mean, that's what I would be doing. And that's just my personal opinion. But anyway, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all for all the likes. I need you guys to get in the comment section and tell me what you think about P. Diddy. Do you think that P. Diddy is going to answer to all the allegations that he has against him in the US? Also, do you think that Donald J. Trump is going to prevail on all of these charges against him by both the New York Attorney Generals, Letitia James and Bragg Up? And last but not least, what do you think about the layoffs going on in California with minimum wage? Do you think that these businesses are justified of laying off, or you think that they're wrong? And for the Manosphere type of story we had tonight, I want to hear from women and men on that too. Do you think that having a traditional wife or a traditional marriage is okay? Or do you think that the modern marriages of today is a lot more productive? Tell me what you think on all these things. Shout out to Anthony for coming by, CeeLo for coming by. Shout out to Sergeant Mode. Guys, follow me on Discord again, Joel Davis Media Network. Put it in, you'll see me. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.